record, I'm gonna do it. You know, whatever I have to do to do this album for you. Yeah. And then I got blessed with my own studio. Now my second bedroom is a studio, and like it's just crazy. Like I just drove a new car off the lot. It's not materialistic things. It's not that at all. Right. It's that I've carried so much burden. Like, damn, if my bills were paid and I could just create all day, that's what I would do. And that's been my prayer forever. So now my bills are paid and I have all of this stuff here and I have no excuse not to be productive. Yeah. So, and I'm doing different things. So, you know, my living room, I transformed it into a shooting studio. So we take pictures out there, and I'm not having no company in the COVID, you know. So, and I'm just, you know, just doing work, walking towards that. So my purpose is to just love and reinstall the love that we've lost. Reinstall the huge. Confidence and courage that we've lost.
That's some powerful stuff, man. Yeah. I mean, me and Deriki were just actually talking about purpose before you got on the line here this morning. So just to hear you go on and really expand on that, that's powerful stuff. And
it's important. Like, it took me years to understand, right? It's something called The Secret. And they say, you know, you got to be positive. You got to think positive. There's no one more positive than me. I take everyone to church. I tell everybody how great they are. And for years, I was putting out positivity.
Right.
I wasn't putting it back in. I don't need enemies because I am beating myself up. I don't walk up to you and curse you out and tell you that you'll never make it a bit. But I'll tell myself that I was realizing the poison that I was putting in. And it takes a while to fight those, you know, my mom called them fiery darts. It takes a while to reconstruct your thoughts. A lot of us don't even know how corrupt our hard drives are because of things that has happened to us and things that we've grown up. So it's a lot of us walking around with just Band-Aids on huge wounds, and because everybody is wounded, like they were saying in the 4 Agreements, you know, very short read, 90 pages. I definitely encourage you to read it.
Great book.
They tell you, like, just because we all have wounds, it's normal now, you know. So so like again, you know, mental health and just, you know, sacrificing who I am, because who I am, it didn't really do much, but the more I do for Yahweh, the more I see my life changing.
Let go and let God, it sounds like, eh? Let go and let God. It's beautiful.
That's going to help a lot of people. Let's talk about some of the other things you have, because I know you have an album. Are you working on it? Are you finishing it up right now?
Yeah, She God, Chanel's Human Experience. That's it. It's 7 songs. I haven't got a definite answer on my direction yet from you know, my boss. So I'm still recording. I'm recording because I know I have an idea what I want to do. But if it ain't what he want to do, then it's not gonna work, and I don't want no trouble. So I just know that the album is She God, and I'm just recording and waiting for him to tell me which way to go.
What's your typical writing process, or does it change depending on the inspiration, things like that?
Yeah, but I stopped writing. I don't write anymore. That's the thing of the past. Ever since I got this set up, and I had to learn how to do that, but it is so free. Like I can sit there with a pen and paper, and I'll sit there for a long time and just stare. You know, there is a freedom with doing what I do now, and I love it. I'm just gonna keep getting better at it. You turn the mic on, you say one line, and then you just keep freestyling until you find the next line. And then you go and punch in, and then you find the next line. And you play with melodies and come up with hooks. And these are some of my better records.
That's dope. So you don't write anything at all? Do you even come up with the concept in your head before? Or you just listen to a beat and let the beat take you away?
I have concepts I need to attack. And like with Bravo, they've asked me to do certain songs for them, so I would know where I'm going with it, but it's quicker too. At least for me, like I used to take me a while to write, you know, like hear that beat over and over and over and over and over again. You're sitting there like that, like no, this is way better.
When do you feel good about a song? Like is there ever a moment where you're like, I'm done with this song, we don't have to do anything else? Do you get that, or do you kind of just leave it?
You never do that, because you could have somebody come sing behind it. You could always have an ad lib behind it. So I'm never like, oh, this is done, don't touch it, perfect. I'm never that one.
But then eventually you do release them. So when do you go from that moment to release?
This is my first project I stand behind like that. I have an album that I had out maybe 10 years ago. Yikes, 10 years ago. Called Are We There Yet? Are We There Yet? I love that body of work. It's about a good 7-8 songs on there I'm crazy about. But this body of work, I've actually evolved. It took a long time. Right, I dig these songs now. So there's certain songs where it's like, okay, I this is done. But if somebody else like, yo, what about this? I'm not gonna be like, no, it's finished. So.
Got you.
Right, I hear you.
As far as your new work, because we know just from your previous work, your freestyles, etc., that you're a real wordsmith and you put a lot into like just the lyricism. Wondering how you feel about newer music not being it's kind of on the same thread as previous, and also does your newer music reflect kind of the change in the lyricism in rap now? Or
so when I initially got signed to Def Jam, you have 16 bars, and 16 bars is 48 seconds.
Yep.
You're free to do whatever you want in there. Now back then we would use as many syllables, on the word on the beat. So it'd be like, I'm like, I got my Apple computer, but super. Nowadays it's like, I got that Apple. Pewter. You know what I'm saying? Shooters, movers. But back then, I love it now. See what happened? And I went through it because just like with Final Cut 7, I spent years perfecting Final Cut 7. How dare you drop Final Cut 10 and it's user friendly? And I spent all my I never used Final Cut again. I was so pissed because it was so much that you had to learn to just do keyframes and stuff. Yeah. So I never went back. So that's how I was frustrated with rap for a minute. The patty cake, microwave. I was like, what? I was pissed when Young Jeezy came out and these rappers. I was like, what? But then you realize something that you've always is a law in music. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
Right.
So it's like it's like the music nowadays. It's so many different varieties of music. I love, so it's not, people are quick to say everybody sound the same, and they will sound similar. There are people who sound like everybody else, and then there's people who are just making waves and making dope music. But I, if anything, appreciate the freedom nowadays. And so, if you're asking me, does my music reflect it? I just told you, I don't write anymore.
So
I get to do what these guys do. What?
Right.
So I get on the beat, hey, swag it out. You let that shit go 4 bars. Hey.
Couple years,
Yeah. Check it. Hey. And they did like before, you would have to have a full sentence. Now you take every word out. Killer. Hey, Billy. Woo, you be like, so.
Or you can repeat 4 words over and over again.
Word. So it's all about the energy. It's all about vibes now. Before, for a minute, we were listening for something. Now it's about the vibe.
Who are your top 5 MCs? I ask every rapper, who are your top 5? Give me some of your favorites. You don't even have to give me 5.
Jay-Z, of course.
Obviously, of course.
But see, it'd be like this, right? So I got Michael on my arm. So everybody loves Michael. Oh my God, I love Michael. Some people like Michael Jackson loves to dance. Some people like his songs, Billie Jean. I have Michael tattooed on me because this is the biggest star in the world who chose to say, heal the world. I have Mike on me because Mike was working to change the frequency of music. So when I say that I love Jay-Z, of course, certain people will be like, oh, yeah, this, that. But I love Jay. I've loved Jay since Reasonable Doubt. I remember taking the bus to school and they had his sticker out there. Yeah, I mean, Biggie, it's not fair because there's so many dope artists. Like there's this kid, Oswin Benjamin.
Okay.
He was just in the 48-year movie, the 40-year-old rapper, 40-year-old version on Netflix. He's from New York. He is a monster. You get what I'm saying?
Really?
There's people like Sue Surf, who is a battle rapper, but Sue Surf to me is a star. Makes music, he's everything. Dope. He's a star to me. So yeah, I just you know, I don't know. I can't say who's my favorite rapper. It's not fair. You know, I've grown up. Melly Mel will tell you that he's the greatest rapper of all time, and he wanted to battle Jay-Z. You know, but without Melly Mel and the message and Don't Push Me, Come Close to the Edge, how can I get to a Big Daddy Kane? How can I get to a Rakim? How can I get to a Biggie, a Jay-Z, a Wu-Tang? Then how can I get to a you get what I'm saying? A Ja Rule, a 50 Cent, like a Pop Smoke, a Extinction. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you love Nipsey Hussle. These broke my heart. These guys left with Vaughn, a Lil Durk.
A lot of you are familiar with the DNA Project and have been rocking with us for a while, but some of you aren't. A lot of you are faithful listeners of the podcast, but aren't familiar with some of the other work that we do. So I just want to take a quick moment to explain to you a little bit more of what we do. So you're getting married, or you have a friend, a cousin, a sister, somebody you know is getting married. Okay. You've booked your venue, caterers, photographer, all that good stuff. When it comes to live music, most people have no idea where to look. We have you covered. Picture this. During the ceremony, while guests are being seated, or while the bride's walking down the aisle. During the cocktail hour, while guests are just mingling and having a good time. Don't forget about dinner music. That's very important to set the mood while guests eat. And we definitely can't forget the party. Let's get the party started right now with the DNA Project. www.thednaproject.ca for more information.